So, after scrolling the internet for months trying to find a helpful way to get me through the game on hard and the side B of Leon and Claire's, I never really found any tips or tricks on how to complete the game. Even the glitches that were meant to skip half of the portion of the first half of the game are no longer in the game due to Capcom having an update and updating everything and patching a few stuff out. I never really found any tips or tricks on how to get through certain areas a lot more easier. Until I thought to myself, well actually, I did a few tips and tricks of my own. So here, today, I'm going to share a few of my tips and tricks that may help you out or they may not help you out. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Re2, so welcome to Resident Evil 2 Tips and Tricks.
Don't shoot! Get down!
So tip number 1 is all about trophies and how to keep up with which ones you've unlocked. Instead of clicking your home button and going to the main screen of the PS4 and then into trophies, on the main screen of Resident Evil 2 you can scroll down into bonuses and click records. There you can see all the stuff you've unlocked as well as trophies you haven't completed. If you're into trophy collecting like I am, this is an easy way to keep track of what you've completed and which ones you haven't. Also, completing trophies in this game unlocks additional bonuses like concept art or other things. I don't really know because I haven't unlocked every single trophy, but I did get a few unique concept arts that I really enjoyed looking at. So there's tip number 1, a neat trick on looking on all your trophies, and you can complete these whenever you want. You don't have to actually complete it to unlock concept art, but you do have to do certain stuff in the game to get different concept art or different bonuses, especially like the DLCs of like the bonus episodes as they're called. You have to do quite a lot of trophy hunting in that. So if you're into trophy hunting, I recommend doing this one first. I'm not really much bothered about trophies as much anymore, but this gives me a reason to come back to Resident Evil 2. It's actually kind of enjoyable to give you a reason to unlock all this stuff. Like if you want to complete the official game and get everything, you have to come back to it multiple times, and half of the time you unlock a trophy for unique reasons, like shooting a zombie in the dick or something. You get a trophy for it. Like you get a trophy out of Sniper Elite for shooting someone in the ballsack. It's the same thing with Resident Evil 2, the remake. You go back to unlock new stuff. So tip number 2 is zombies. Typically you have to shoot a zombie in the head to get past them or shoot a couple of rounds into them to kill them. But by shooting a zombie in the leg, this will drop them to the floor, allowing you to run past them. This is one easy way not to waste ammo, or at least not waste ammo on your first run, giving you just enough ammo to take out bosses like the Tyrant or Lickers, who are a lot more harder to kill. Killing a zombie will only make them respawn in the same place, so this is a good way to make sure that they don't respawn again in the same place or the same area you're going to. Shooting the zombie in the leg will stay there, and it will make sure that they crawl around for ages trying to hump your leg, but also this gives you enough chance to run past them, collect the stuff that you need to do, and and get the key item that you need. By shooting them in the leg, I realised I wasn't wasting as much ammo, and I actually had enough ammo to go against the Tyrant or run away from him. I noticed with my very good friend the Stripping Duck, which I'll be putting a link in this video and onto my other gaming channel, Burning Clown Re2, I'll put a link to that as well. I did notice with my best mate Stripping Duck that when she was shooting a zombie she would waste so much ammo, and then she would have no ammo at the end of it. So when she came against another zombie, she would die so easily. Nowadays, I've seen that she's a lot better at the game than me. I pretty much don't really play this game as much anymore, but I still enjoy watching my friend play it. And I did notice that she was wasting ammo like no tomorrow. So I did try to tell her the best way I could that helped me out the first time I ever played the game. The first time she played it, she was like me. She wasted ammo, and she didn't realise that she was doing it. Typically on assisted mode, you have enough ammo to get through the game. They are very generous, Capcom is, with their ammo system on easy, but on normal and hard it is a lot more different. So if you are playing on normal or hard, you will notice a lot more difference with ammo and health. That's why I always use this on my first run. Shoot them in the legs, run around them, collect the items. I'm not wasting ammo. At one point I had so much ammo I didn't even know what to do with it, so I started wasting ammo on the tyrant or on lickers for no reason. I just got bored of having so much ammo. But if you are typically playing on normal or hardcore mode, as they call it, I recommend using this tip to your advantage. I honestly swear to God, the more you waste ammo, the more likely you're not going to find ammo as much in Resident Evil 2 on normal or hard. So I do recommend this tip for you. It's very useful. And if you don't know, if you shoot a zombie twice in the leg, you actually blow both their legs off. You can shoot a zombie in the leg and it'll just fall to the floor, giving you a chance to run around it. So, tip number 3 is about puzzles and combinations. Most of the time you will spend hours looking around the game for a certain key, item or a combination in order to get past to the next area. The best way to keep track of the items you have used is by simply writing down on a piece of paper, especially in your first run. This is an easy way to get past certain combinations or certain puzzles, like the statue of the lion in the main hall. I know the combination off by heart because I simply wrote it in a notepad. The actual combination is a lion's head, wheat and then bird. Boom, it's simple and the best way to do it, especially if you're doing it on your second run and you can't be asked looking for everything or running around trying to get the key item. It's also an easy way for speedrunners. A lot of speedrunners do this, but I do it simply because I can't be bothered looking around because I'm a lazy fuck. And if you played this game at least about 4 times, you get sick to death of running around trying to get everything. And if you want to do a speedrun yourself, this is pretty much the easiest way. Also, I found it a lot more easier writing down everything so I know where it is. So if it's the main hall, I'll say main hall, lion statue, and then the combination, and so on. Same with the lockers, I will say second floor, locker, combination, that's it. Most of the time I do this because it's an easy way for me to do a live stream of it or do a video and say, you know, this is the walkthrough, this is a helpful tip for you, just use it. And I say, just simply, it's not that hard getting a piece of paper and writing down what combination it is, especially when it comes to the second run. And I don't mean side B, I mean side A. Obviously in side B they will have different combinations, or they might have the same combination. I don't really know because I haven't completed side B yet. But anyway, let's get on to the next tip. So tip number 4 is about your inventory space. A lot of people know this from back in the days of the old one, from Resident Evil 1 all the way to Resident Evil Code Veronica X, one of my favourite games. But did you know there's also a different way they incorporated this into a game as a tip and a trick? Simply, if you've used an item like a key or something that's unlocked a door, it will have a tick next to a box inside your inventory. This means this key is no longer usable for certain items. So even if you place this into your inventory box and you do another run by reloading or doing a new game plus, that key is useless. So this is my way of keeping up to date with a sort of like inventory system. By simply using the key and you no longer need it, either discard it or put it in your inventory box so you know which key you've used in a certain area. So simply just put your key item that you need or you don't need in your inventory box or discard it. Most of the time I'm putting key items I need for later on in the inventory box. And by the way, you only get 10 spaces in your inventory box, so be very careful what you place into your inventory box, especially with ammo. Sometimes you'll have way too much ammo that you actually waste it in your inventory box instead of your actual items you've got on you. So most of the time you've got more ammo that you don't actually need. So sometimes you can discard ammo as much as you want and then pick it up later. This is a great thing they did with Resident Evil 2 Remake. They actually put it as, if you drop an item in an area, you can go back later and collect it. It will show up on the map. And also this is another good way of knowing how much ammo you've got as well. And most of the time I put ammo into my inventory box, because like I said before with zombies and that, on tip number 2, and I'm very sorry that I did not have sound with it. Something went wrong with the recording of the video. But anyway, like I was saying, I had way too much ammo to waste, and most of the time I put ammo into my inventory box, and I noticed that I had like 1,000 different sort of like ammo, from shotgun to pistol, well, shotgun to SMG. And this is the thing, I didn't need that ammo. So most of the time when I went against a boss, I would take out the ammo, waste it, and then go to my inventory box and just pick that ammo out. So be very careful what you put into your inventory box. If you want to put ammo into your inventory box, I suggest you do it for later on, especially if it is your first run. I always say this, first runs are the most important runs, especially for gamers who haven't played the game, who have only just picked it up. But anyway, let's get into tip number 5. Tip number 5 is wooden boards, and this is the last tip that I've got for you. Wooden boards are a new addition to Resident Evil 2 Remake, and they are very useful in this game. Not only does it temporarily stop zombies from breaking through windows trying to get at you, it also gives you more of a chance to explore and collect stuff you need for key doors. Also, shooting a zombie in the leg, like I said in my tip number 2, this is another chance to get around them. You see, in the original they tried to incorporate this into the game by simply collecting a wire and going to a junk box and using that wire. It will close these shutters on the windows, stopping the zombies coming through. But instead of that, they tried a simpler way by using wooden boards. Now, wooden boards are very rare to come across in this game. There's not that many I have seen so far. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I've seen different gameplays of people actually using wooden boards, and this is a tip I always use. And it's very rare that I actually use them, but they are very useful to the game. Most of the time I shoot a zombie in the leg and just run around them, or sometimes I'll just use the wooden boards on the broken windows to get past that area. And wooden boards are very useful as well, especially if you're getting chased by the tyrant. Using a wooden board on a certain area of the game where there's windows that are broken so you can get to a save point is very, very, very useful for that time. You can simply just run past the windows without getting a zombie attacking you. Now, it doesn't block out every single window, it'll block out one certain window, so it's best collecting as much wooden boards as you can to get past that area. And like I said, it is very useful to use. You see, in Resident Evil 2 you didn't have that option. You only had one option on 2 areas of the game to use the wire. One near the helicopter part where you first meet the tyrant, you can use the shutters there, or through the area where you first meet the licker, you can block it out. Now, it's very useful to use wooden boards a lot later on when the tyrant's there, because you can simply just let him chase you whilst you block out windows, and zombies won't be able to attack you. And especially if you're doing the clock tower bit, it is very useful. And as for any other tips or tricks, I haven't got as many. This weren't really much of a tip or a trick, it was just my idea of what I use, and hopefully this video helped you out in some certain way. If it didn't, put a thumbs down and go and tell your mum to suck a lemon, because I really don't give a shit. But if you did enjoy the video, put a thumbs up and comment down below what helped you out, and also what tips and tricks you've got. Maybe I'll incorporate them into a longer video for you. But anyway, my name is Colin Lavosi, so peace, boys and girls.